Ada walked briskly, clutching her bag tightly to her side. She was used to the catcalls, the lingering stares, the unwanted attention her body brought her. But tonight felt different. A group of young men lurked behind her, their voices low, their laughter sinister. Her heart pounded in her chest as she quickened her pace. But she knew she was being followed. She turned a corner, hoping to lose them, but they were faster. Before she could react, one of them grabbed her wrist. "Fine girl, why you dey rush? We just want talk," he sneered. Fear gripped her throat as she struggled against their hold. Her arms were bruised, her body ached, but the pain inside was far worse. Ada's thin dress as she sat, staring at the floor. She flinched as a kind voice broke through her thoughts. "My dear, are you all right?" A middle-aged man in a suit had taken a seat beside her. His eyes filled with genuine concern. "My name is Mr. Johnson. Let me help you." "Mama, I can't count how many times they've done this to me. It is really terrible," she sobbed. The old woman shook her head, her eyes filled with sorrow. "My child, God will fight for you. But you must find way leave this place. Life not better if you stay." Adaeze never imagined she'd step foot in an airport, let alone be on a plane to America. The bustling terminal was overwhelming, but beside her, Mr. Johnson reassured her with a gentle pat on the shoulder. It still felt surreal she was here, in America, learning to be a doctor. The journey had been hard, but she would make it. She had to. Years of sacrifice, long nights of studying, and perseverance had led to this moment. Dressed in her graduation gown, Adaeze stepped onto the stage. The announcer called her name, and she walked confidently to receive her diploma. As she held it in her hands, she felt a wave of emotions: pride, relief, and gratitude. She had made it. She was now Dr. Ada. That evening, Ada sat in her cozy apartment, her medical certificates framed on the wall. She picked up her phone and dialed a familiar number. When the old woman answered, Adaeze's voice trembled with emotion. "Mama, I did it. I'm a doctor now." Tears of joy streamed down her face as the old woman in Nigeria sobbed with pride. Years later, Adaeze stood in front of a group of young girls in a Nigerian community center. She looked at their eager faces, girls who reminded her of herself. "I know what you are all going through. Education is the way," she encouraged them, her voice steady and strong. "But just know there is better life outside this struggle." Standing before a modest but newly built clinic in her old neighborhood, the ribbon fluttered in the wind as a small crowd gathered. "This hospital will give free treatment to women and children." With a deep breath, she took the golden scissors and cut the ribbon. She lived happily ever after with her family.
What about Mr. Johnson?